right, there we go. We got this working. Everything's good. So I got a couple of live positions at the moment. There's short on the MES. The red line is the entry. The blue line is a stop, and that blue line is the target. And also got a short going on here on the MNQ. Red line is the entry. The blue line is a stop. The blue line down there is the target. So just a matter of wait and see. Things are going to get messy very soon, I'm sure, as we approach the open. So just let it sit. I had that gold position on, just stopped out on that like 10 minutes ago. I think that was a short. Well, that's about it. That's what I've got on for now. Let me know if y'all want to discuss anything while we're here. But I'm just watching these few tickers. You want to hear something funny about the war?
Yeah.
So got in touch with the U.S. Embassy here like a week ago or so. Put myself and my kids' names on the list. Yeah, we're American citizens living here. And 2 days ago, they emailed me and called me. They said, all right, we got a flight. It's going to come get you, get to the airport at this time, and you'll be dropped off in Greece. From there, you're on your own. And I was thinking about that on a second.
Oh, no.
Evacuation.
Greece? What the?
Yeah. So I was thinking, hold on a sec. Now, normally I pay to go to Greece on a vacation. Maybe we'll just take the flight, go to Greece, and rent a boat and go around the Mediterranean, have some fun. But figured, you know what? I'd rather just be here. Just, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go from there? Go to Chicago or someplace? It's safer in Dubai than any city in the U.S. right now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm not really in vacation mode to go to Greece at the moment, so I declined it. How many people decline an evacuation flight, huh? It's so funny.
Oh my God. I wonder why Greece.
I don't know. They're probably shuttling people back and forth between here and some NATO place, So Greece is there.
Oh yeah.
And the latest news I've heard from a lot of Americans and Australians as well here is that all these evacuation flights are actually going empty. People don't want to leave, want to stay in Dubai. It's better here than going back to Australia or New York or wherever you're from. Yeah. It's so funny. So you know what? I'm one of those. I declined the flight and you know what? I can go camp out in the desert if I need to. It's safe there.
Yeah, you guys will be fine.
Yeah. Not really.
Did you say you're in gold?
I had a short position on gold. I had a long first and I stopped out. Then something like an hour later, I put on a short, which I stopped out on that as well, just 10 minutes ago, I think.
I'm going to try it.
Is it moving?
I was just going to try it 50% retracement since this, the new day. 50% retracement from the low. So 82, 182 I was looking at getting in and then continue down. But it's not getting there. I'm just experimenting with the fib retracement. So the opening was midnight for me here. So the new day of what is today? The 12th. So I'm putting my fib line from the high to low and then trying a 50 out. I'm liking Almo his strategy. So I'm just kind of experimenting.
Nice. Yeah, give it a go.
See if it works for individuals that may be up. Like on your end, it would be 12 noon.
Yeah, noon. Okay, you're talking about like
for the opening. So the brand new day for me would be 12 midnight here. Into
right on. Yes. Well, so you're in West Coast, right? No, we were.
No, West Coast. So we're 12. So you're right now. It's 5:37.
4:37 here. There you go. Got me mixed up.
Oh, that's right. You have the time. Yeah, we have the forward hour. Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So we're 1 hour difference then. All right. Until next fall.
Yes.
We'll fall back.
We got to somehow recalibrate again. I don't know why. We have to do this every year. It's really silly. But
They keep talking about just changing it back to normal. But
Just leave it, man. Just leave it.
Yeah.
Everyone in the world is fine except Americans and Canadians. What a mess.
yeah, we're the rebels.
Hey, Oliver, what part of the West Coast you from?
Oh, are you speaking to me, Evo?
Yeah.
My stepfather's name is Evo.
Hey, where?
Central Coast.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Yeah, my son was born in Escondido, so I know North County.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm in Vista.
Yeah, I got divorced in Vista. Yeah, I went to court there. Anyway, yeah, nice area. I lived off the 78 there, 78 in the 5.
Oh, awesome.
For like a year, 2 years. Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, nice. San Diego's awesome.
San Diego. Probably the only part of California I would like to go to if I'm going to go there.
Yeah, it's great county. Great county. Big.
Yeah. All right, so for now, we're looking at potentially breaking new lows on this S&P, on the MES. I'm in the short from a little while back, as well as on the MNQ. Yeah, looks imminent. There you go. There's a new low. Entry, stop, target down there. So nice and slow. Just let it run. Ideally, it's a target before the open. And that'll be the end of that. But we'll see. And then yes, these are fun, man. I gotta say, trading with the overnight session is a whole lot of fun because it's like I said before, it's like trading screenshots. You know, we're all experts on screenshots, right? But it's a live market, and it's so simple. It's perfect. You just kind of watch it. I watch it on my phone half the time and put on positions. And with the functions here with TradingView, you know, it's simple enough. As long as you have a well-defined style or criteria of when to get in, when to get out, where's your stop, where's your target, you keep it simple enough. It's really not a big deal. I was at the golf club today and I was looking at charts and put on something. It's not a big deal. So I like this. At the open here, the New York Open, it just gets into a mess, right? Everything's up and down. But for 30 minutes before the open, everyone's freaking out. Oh my God, where's the stop? Where's the ticker? Where's the level? Where's the... Oh, man. Just relax about it. I've had more trading hours already today than you have in the entire trading day. Can you believe that? It's already been, I don't know, 8 hours or so since I've been looking at the markets. Must have taken like 8 or 10 trades. I don't even know. You know, up very nicely. Just take the positions as they come. Take the setups as they come. And they're all slow. So there's no sitting there and watching it. So for those of you who are interested in trading overnight, my experience is that it's very, very good. Much easier than the option stuff that I used to do. Much easier.
Bobby's back. He's pumped.
Yes,
Good to see you. Good to see you're pumped, ready to go, excited.
It's good to be here. Good to be back live. All that sim trading, that was useful. But yeah, going live, of course, is a different beast. And this has been good the last couple of weeks. Get the taste for it again. Go live, small account, small size, and build it up again. So, yeah, I like it. Totally different style of trading now. That's the fun part.
What do you think about the the futures contracts for individual stocks that they're proposing or they're going to implement in a few months? What do you think about that? I think Tesla's going to be one of them.
Yeah, well, let's see if it happens. Could be good because if you have this 23-hour market, great, makes it easy. I would question the liquidity on those things. You want to be careful.
Yeah.
I don't know about the liquidity. Of course, there's going to be a lot of leverage. So we'll put it this way. We already know how basically the mass population gets suckered into day trading by scammers on the internet to say, hey, come trade the open, trade live with me, and I'll show you what I'm doing, all that nonsense. And we know they all blow up. There's very few who survive, the first 6 months. Mostly they just blow up their savings and stuff. Now, with these futures contracts coming in on things like Tesla, it's going to get even worse. with more blowups, more people.
Yeah.
Not understanding how leverage works in the financial markets, and along with that, I think these scammers are only going to become bigger, more scams unless they get regulated somehow. Which is basically they're selling trading signals, or they're selling live trading in the sense that come and copy my trades or whatever. They're selling prop firm accounts that are mostly just a mess. We all know what they are. So I would worry about people who are curious about the markets and they're going to get in, newbies. I'd be super worried for them. Unfortunately, this whole industry is full of that crap that just hasn't been regulated or cannot be regulated, I guess. For guys who know what they're doing, you know what to look for. Once you understand leverage, you understand how to interact with the markets, make sure that the liquidity is okay, good enough, whatever it is. And sit it out. I would sit it out for a while. Just watch how those contracts move. Watch how the volume comes in. Where are the big players playing? Just observe it for maybe a year before you even think about touching it. And then let's see. Maybe there's an opportunity there.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll be interesting, but yeah, just stay out of it for a little bit. And the liquidity is going to be the issue, and you're going to see probably huge spreads, and because of that, and like you said, a lot of blowups. But I think it's going to be attractive to individual that normally trade equities, kind of an introduction. But I would stick with the normal instruments, gold and Q and ES, because of definitely the high liquidity, so great, and the no spreads. Well, normal hours.
They're minimal. And
minimal, yeah. There are definitely. They're not supposed to be, but there are. I see it on the off hours. Off hours meaning not New York or time.
Yep, the spreads are there. They're there, but you can understand them. I really worry for the new guys who, the moment these things get released, futures contracts on the tickers, on the NASDAQ or whatever, immediately you're going to see a million ads online and these traders online with their social media accounts, pumping this stuff. Join my thing. I'll teach you how to trade this thing. Now it's a big opportunity. Everyone can trade the markets. Quit your job. All that stuff. You're about to see all that.
Yeah, it's so cheap to get in.
Yeah, that's the dangerous part. And if they, futures contracts, no PDT rule, you can start with a $2,000 account. That's the stuff that's going to be pumped out there. So again, all these scammers who are running subscription businesses, be super, super, super careful. What you want to see is, if you're going to try and learn from anything from anyone, make sure that person is making more money out of their own trading rather than out of subscriptions or courses or whatever else. Then I think that's the only kind of person I would actually pay attention to. Again, we've seen all this enough. And it really leverage without the PDT rule. Oh boy. Yeah, that's what futures brings. And it can be very, very dangerous.
Just have to keep in mind that here in California, during the gold rush, most of the people that made it rich were not the miners. They were the people, the mercantile people who sold the supplies.
Yes.
To
people.
Yes. They were the ones who made out. The ones who were looking for it.
Precisely. That makes perfect sense. Thanks for reminding me of that.
That's an analog for you right there. 170 years ago and still being played out today.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing, amazing, amazing how it works. And still, it baffles me. So many people get suckered into that. I mean, I got suckered into that too. So who am I to say anything? My goodness. Yeah. You got to know how the world works. Sometimes you got to make some mistakes to learn that. But don't make the same mistake twice. That's important. Careful who you're listening to on the internet. This looks like, what is this? The Nasdaq and the S&P. Both these positions are just kind of sitting there, waiting to drop, ideally. I'm not going to put on any new positions now. We're going to get close to the open, and it's not my zone. But let's look and see what else is there and find some levels. So here's the M2K, the Russell 2000. That's an obvious level right there. So I put that on. It was respected just a little while back. That's there. Over here, we had this resistance turn support. So I got that level there. Turned around in that zone. Right now, it's just sitting in the middle, so I'm not bothered. Let's put on the Dow Jones. Here we go. That was support. That was rejected right off of there. I wasn't watching it at the time. That would have been an interesting place to enter. And this level, where did I get this from? This makes no sense. So if I was working with this, my eyes go straight to this area right here. We're turned around. And turned around again. It did get really messy though. Ooh. Yeah, it's right around in that area. This is a messy zone. You don't want to play with it. Further down and see what you get. You got kind of sort of resistance, turn support to resistance. This makes more sense right here. Then look as it broke out, it went straight up, right? So this makes some sense. Let's see, that makes more sense actually. So let's see. Got two levels here. If it ever gets to one of those, we'll see. Oil. I've been playing with oil earlier. I think I took one stop or half-hour stop or something on oil. And I got one to work. I think I took this short here. Then I stopped out on a long here, I think. Something like that. So most recently we have this level. Further down as well. That would be the turnaround over here. It's really messy though. Really messy. I'm not convinced of this area over here. This makes more sense down here. Look at it. Here's where it turned around. False breakout, turned around again. Now it makes sense. So let's leave those on. Natural gas, I'm not going to bother with it. And gold. Oh man, gold again. Gold's been fun. Been a lot of fun. So that level has been very critical. I can see it was resistance, support, and turn around going up from there. But let's look overhead. Well, most recently we have this high. And let's put it there. That's the first high. I don't see it really being confirmed with anything else. Well, kind of over here. Zoom out a bit. Right there. See, this was resistance, turned it to support, got messy. Got really messy. Let's go that slightly higher up. Not really sure. This level is decent, better than anything else I could see right now. So we have that. Silver, there you go. Went up, consolidate, may go up again. That was the big turnaround over there. Seems okay. And up here, this was resistance. Sorry, this was support before it dropped. There you go. And the rest, I'm really not bothered. There we go. We got these levels for the futures contracts for now. Again, I don't intend to trade this stuff through the open, or probably not for an hour after the open. That's when I'll look at it again. What else, guys? What else on your mind? What do you all want to discuss before the open? You want to talk about how not to trade the open? It's my favorite thing. Everyone go back to bed. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see you here.
Yeah, I'm surprised myself. Well, my son's at a friend's house having a play date. My daughter's at her piano class. That left me to go overtrade the market. So I figured if I'm going to overtrade, I'll be here with you guys.
I'll be open.
Yeah, not the open, yeah. Just happens to be around the open, but all good. I'll hang out here. I'm not going to trade the open. I'm in a couple of positions here, but yeah, so they either go or they don't. I've already had like an 8-hour trading day, so by the time we get to the New York Open, usually I'm pretty done with trading, unless I see something really good later on.
Did you take the short yesterday on MNQ or ES? Because it was pretty nice after 6 o'clock.
Late in the day, I did not. No, here, no. I was already asleep by then. That's the short you're talking about. I got involved. Well, I'm in a short now here. I don't think I traded the NES earlier today. I've taken a couple of stabs at the MNQ today. Yeah, yesterday I wasn't looking at it here, but today I think I took a short. Where was that? I think it was here. From up here to the short side, and now I'm in the short again. Yeah. And I struggle to document all these trades because what I do is I put them on and I forget about it. And if it gets stopped, I don't even know because, nothing buzzes. I don't have any alerts on that stuff. And if I happen to check it out, a few hours later, most of the time I'm still in it. So then I realize, oh, okay, it's still there. So most of these trades, they just kind of go. Sometimes they just go. Like I think I got into the oil position today, got in and then left it. And the next thing I looked at, the market's a couple hours later, it already hit the target and it was all done. So okay, that was it. So I like that style of trading. It's very, very detached. You're not, involved with it. You wait for the setup, let the alert come at you. Then you watch the setup. If it's there, put on the risk, put on the target, and get on with your life. It's proven to be a lot more profitable. And again, without trading options, you don't have to watch it. It's just futures. You get all the leverage you want, all the liquidity you want, and all the time you want. There's nothing, it's really nothing to stop you from making money here. Anyways, so we'll have Jill on here in about 15 minutes or so. Anything y'all want to discuss with me before he comes on? You want to look at levels, or you got news you want to discuss? Max 7, overtrading the open. We can talk about that too again.
I'm going to be watching Oxy this morning, just to see how oil plays out. And
Oxy, yes. I haven't looked at Oxy in a while. So you're looking at Oxy for as an oil play, huh? In the oil market.
potentially, yeah. I mean, when I look at the chart, where it's definitely way above the SMA 50 and 200 on the hourly level, and we are approaching pre-market high from March 8th, right around 57.75. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but definitely looks like it has some legs to the upside, but just have to wait and see.
Yeah, this is interesting. I think that's a good call where you have the highs there just around, was it 57 or so you said?
Yeah, about 57.75 a few days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, just in that zone. Yeah, I'm looking at it here on this 30-minute chart. And what's interesting is that's firm resistance overhead, and it's been approaching that. It's very bullish. And the way it's been behaving right under that resistance tells me it doesn't look like a reversal to go back where it came from. It looks more like a consolidation, which when I see consolidation, what I look at is the previous trend, and this was an uptrend, consolidation, and continue the uptrend. That's the most likely scenario, unless it doesn't break out. So far, there's two things on my mind when I see this. I'd say one is wait for the breakout, or the other is it just stays like this, choppy, and doesn't go anywhere. So it's an interesting one to keep an eye on. And on the other side of it, if you have the breakout and it turns into a false breakout, truly comes back down and breaks the lows, the recent consolidation lows, then you might think about a short. So that's good. I think it's an interesting zone to catch on that.
Yeah. And if you go back to March 1st during the pre-market, the all-time high was 58.46. So we're kind of like hitting this level around 57.50. March 1st, March 8th, and today. So it's like a triple top, a retest of a line. So it tells me that high interest around this area, that either it's going to fail and break down, or the third try and we're going to have a breakout. But I'm just spitballing. We'll just see what the price action does.
Cool. Yeah, the level I've got is about 57. So I guess we have slightly different information, but the price patterns are the same, basically. You got the highs there. Cool. Just one to look at. Oil is definitely in the news.
Another one that's in play, sort of in an ancillary way, is MOS, Mosaic. And apparently they're a fertilizer company. They're trading higher because of the ongoing closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah. I mean, I've never heard of this company before, but
never heard of it. Okay.
I might just have a look. It's got some pre-market volume, but
yeah. See, I've got Mosaic on the daily chart, and I've even got levels on it from a long time ago, from back in 2021. That red line there that you see, that was an investment I put on. Bought it in this area around 31, ran up through about 80 or so. Of course, I sold it a long time ago, somewhere, I think 70, I think 75 or somewhere there, a long time ago, 4 years ago. So, and but now it's back in that interesting zone. You know, these kinds of plays, they're a lot of fun. Yeah, that's cool. It's a proxy, or yeah, it's in play fertilizers. But watch, if you're looking at stuff like this, which I call exotic tickers, watch the volume if you're going to day trade them. Be super careful. Liquidity can be a problem. I wouldn't touch it, but see if there is enough liquidity. And it's not in play every day. And to pick which day it's in play is just watch for a gap. And here's the daily chart. Looks like we've had a gap already in the pre-market. So it may well be in play today, and you may well get plenty of volume on it. Again, you guys who like scalping the open ORB stuff, this might be there. Cool. Looking at some exotic things, I like it.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll just be focusing on the SPY, and I trade the leverage ETFs of the SPY. So SPYU for long, or SPSX, and I think they're both 3x.
Well, okay, cool.
And the Qs too.
Got everything. Just don't hold that leverage stuff overnight. It's mathematically going to fail. So don't. Get a gap here on Mosaic. Prices up there. Yeah, nice. Interesting. Good to see. Volume, man. Eva, you like the volume stuff, so something like Mosaic and Oxy get volume. Yeah, you're in business.
Yeah, especially volume anomalies. That's like my cue that potential trade may be setting up if I see an anomaly that tells me that the picture is not exactly what it appears. And more than likely, they're just trying to scare the bejeebies out of you to sell your shares so they can scoop it up before they run it up.
I love it. Brilliant. All right, guys, we got Jill's going to come on here in about 15 minutes or so. I'll go through some of these levels on the Mag 7 because we're getting all the alerts in our community from my charts here. So let's put these levels in the right place. So they're actually useful. Tesla, when we last put the levels on a few days ago, it was down here. Now it's already gone. So let's move them. So I see this area here, resistance, playing around right there for now. Let's look at this low. That's interesting. Yesterday's lows bounced off twice. And then it was resistance earlier with a false breakout. And it was a resistance earlier as well. Look at that. So there you go. Two levels on Tesla that make really good sense. And then, of course, go with yesterday's high. It's right up there with the obvious one with big resistance overhead as well. So there we go. Tesla. And all these alerts are on, so we'll get them in our room. Nvidia here. That level works. We'll put it on right there. You can see support turned resistance. It's holding us support for now. What do we have overhead? You can see it right there. And that was basically yesterday's high or close enough. So that makes sense. There you go. Two areas to look at Nvidia. Apple, is Apple even in play? I don't even know. Oof, it's a big chop zone, huh? You can see this level was very much respected previously. What happened? Oh, there you go. Stop out on MNQ. Over here, this level was support, breakdown, retest. So it was firmly being respected, but more recently, it's not. So just because the price at a level doesn't mean you have to trade it. If you tried trading Apple between the last, anytime in the last 3 days, you probably have a lot of trouble with it. So be careful. Just because it's a level doesn't mean you have to use it. So that level doesn't make sense anymore. We have yesterday's low. That makes sense a bit more. You can see where it bounced off a couple times. We have basically yesterday's high and the high of 2 days ago. It's inside of that zone, so that works. Let's see, Amazon. What's going on here? Another messy, choppy zone. I don't remember why we put that level there. This makes sense. You see that? We're gapped down from that area. And we'll support as well. And yesterday it dropped right from there. And so far it's about pre-market high. So approximately pre-market high today is interesting. On the downside, if you have the low, what does that do? It's a little messy. But it's in play. Take a look at that. I think this makes sense for today. Microsoft. Get the high over there. It's been respected. I think this zone is interesting. You have it holding below. Zoom in a little. You'll see it was support and dropped yesterday. And so far still holding below. So there you go. 404.40-ish. Be a short over there. Interesting to see. And Meta, oh man, Meta just goes wild. I don't even want to move the levels here. What do we have? That's interesting. Look at that one. Support, great big mess. Nah, this is a mess. You know what? Just leave everything as it is. When things are a mess, just make the levels wider so you don't get triggered. And AMD looks like a mess as well. At least the way I see it. Yeah, I wouldn't bother too much with AMD. Forget about it. Google. What's Google doing? Google, let's get this up here somewhere. So we have yesterday's high. Actually, you have this area is interesting. You see support turned resistance, and then support again, resistance again. So there you go, 310.50. I think that's a key zone. And we have the lows. You can see where it's bouncing off last couple of days. There you go, Google. Whoop. That's it. So all those alerts will pop up when they trigger. Where was it here? Alerts. Here, restart. There we go. Okay. All our alerts are triggered or active. And that's it. But remember, guys, just because the price gets there doesn't mean you have to trade it. Doesn't mean there is a setup there. You just gotta. The alert's only going to tell you that this is a place you may want to look at it if you're available to look at it. You know, don't jump out of bed to go look at it. If you're available, if you're in the right state of mind for a trade, then go look at it. And if the setup is right with the right RVR, then put it up. The alert's only the first step in many, many steps. All right. What else, guys? A few more minutes and I'll hand it over to Joe. And yeah, I'm not interested in trading the open at any level whatsoever. I'll look at the market probably an hour later. If you're all looking for exotic tickers, please ask Evo. He's got them all. If you want to overtrade the open, please talk to Brian. He does it all the time. Scalping. Stuff like that. Those are not my expertise anymore. Oh, Jill, you're in here? Can you hear me? No, Jill's busy overtrading already.
Hi, Abby. I had a question.
Yeah, what's up, Jasmine?
Yeah, I'm still learning futures. Do you have any recommendation on like resources for like basics?
Yeah, we had a very good webinar a couple of months ago by Tariq. It's in our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
That's
I saw that
the-
one. I saw that one.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's like I'm still like at the early stages now. I'm trying to watch all the webinars you had, and then like should I just go on YouTube and go through all the videos they have about basics, or are they maybe different from what we do?
Well, be careful on YouTube, please.
Okay.
Scary stuff, man. All right, I'll show you what I know in a few minutes here. And yeah, definitely get involved in what you find within our community, because we have a lot of good futures traders in here, a lot of experienced traders. So to put it very simply, the futures market, yeah, I look at price action the same no matter what market I look at. It's just candlesticks. I mean, I used to look at the 30-minute charts. So here it is, 30-minute charts. And you find levels and find setups off of those levels. And that's really it. That's the whole execution side of it. There's not much else. There's nothing truly different that you need to do. So, make sure you identify your setups, make sure you have risk to reward in your favor, and put it on. Now, the few things that you can take advantage of in futures is, one thing, the market is open 23 hours. So you can actually have targets that are quite far out, like 15R, for example. You can leave this thing on for 20 hours to let it run. So with futures, you have those opportunities, and best to just take advantage of it. Really, it's amazing the kind of RVR you can get. So that's one thing to really try and think about. And the other thing to think about is leverage. There is a tremendous amount of leverage with futures contracts, more than with options, in my experience. So you don't need a lot of cash. You can get into some positions, some pretty heavy positions without much cash. Of course, that works both ways, right? You know how leverage works. So the key is really with leverage is make sure and be absolutely sure where your stop is before you put on a trade. Absolutely sure. Otherwise, you're going to make a great big mess. So I'll show you my method here is, if I'm going to get into a trade, let's say here gold, I want to go long to hit that target up ahead, overhead, the resistance. There's the trading screen. I'm going to hit the buy button here. First thing, I pull this SL button to where I want my stop to be. Let's say I want it down here below that wick, and that's the TD, that's the take profit. Let's say it's a profit area right there. And then I'll hit the buy button if the setup is there and everything I want. So I know before I get in, I already know exactly where the stop is. I know how much I can lose. It's displayed right here if it stops out, and the target's up there. There's asymmetry. You want to go with, something much bigger. You want to go with 5R or something like that, way up there. And if you start doing things this way, as in really being firm about your stops, put it on literally before you put the trade on, put on the stop, and then leave it, give it the opportunity to run the distance if it's going to go, or let it stop you out, no big deal. Because the truth is, when it runs the distance, then what happens is you have the opportunity to stop out 4 times for every 1 time that you win, and you're still making tremendous amount of money. So I think this is the real difference with futures. It's really that mindset. You're no longer day trading or scalping. You're doing something much, much, much bigger. If you're not going to take advantage of these things, I don't see the point of doing futures. Just stick to your margin accounts and go trade Tesla and scalp the open and blow it up, basically. So
yeah, the asymmetry theory you taught me, I've been following you for some time. That's what changed everything. I've been trading levels, literally same thing you just showed me, but obviously in stocks. And the asymmetry is great, but the way you put it, because you have 33-hour market, yeah, looks like a gold mine.
Yeah, it is. It is a gold mine. And I tell you, man, I've said this many times over the years. Give me any strategy, and at the end of the quarter, I'll show you that I made it profitable, no matter what. And the only reason I can confidently say that is because I make sure I put asymmetry into the strategy. Whatever it is, reversals or continuations or whatever, I don't care. Because once you have asymmetry, that's your gold mine. And the futures market allows for massive asymmetry just because time is available. And again, you don't need a lot of cash. I mean, whoever told you that in trading you should be making 1% a day on your account, that guy's a fool. You have no clue, man. There's so much out there. I mean, with options, I was used to making 10% a day, and I'm saying here with futures, it's even bigger, much bigger. So jump right with asymmetry.
Sounds simple the way you showed, and yeah, looks simple. It's not that different. I mean, but that's literally what I do, but it's in stocks.
There you go. So you've got it. Don't spend too much time absorbing videos and things and wasting time on YouTube. I recommend get into the sim, get this trading view thing going. You can use it for free online and get into the sim, start practicing your setups and your trades and put on alerts, because 23 hours, you don't want to be watching in 23 hours. Get used to putting the horizontal lines like I've got here and put alerts on those lines. And that's it. Every time the price gets there, it buzzes. Then you look at it, find your setup. If there's asymmetry, you can put it on and put your stop on and your target on before you put the trade on, like literally. And really, that's it. That's where you're becoming, you're actually improving as a futures trader. You're not just absorbing nonsense on the internet.
Yeah, looks something I can literally do. I'll try today. I mean, I'm going to be in the sim, I think, for the next month or so to do this. Why not? Why not?
Get into it. Don't give yourself a limit, just a month. I mean, if sometimes it takes a while. I've been in the sim for the last 6 months. I only went live 2 weeks ago. And I planned, actually, I thought I'd be in the sim for probably a year. I figured, I went as far as I could go with the sim. So now I'm back live and very small size to begin with, and I'll build it from here. But, don't give yourself a limitation. Just progress as you need to, That's more important.
Yeah, sure. I'll just collect some data. Let's see how my winning streak goes. It's going well now. So yeah, maybe in a couple of weeks I'll let you know how things are. But yeah, looks so simple the way you showed me. So shouldn't have much issue getting into it.
Yeah, you'll be fine, man. You'll be just fine. Don't overthink it. Here we go. Look at, I'm getting all kinds of alerts now. See, there, the alert went off on Dow Jones. I should probably look at it. Wait, look at that. Let it go off now. Should have gone off earlier. Anyways, hit the level. If you found the short there, a little bit of fun. I'm in this position now. Where is it? Okay, yeah. Well, I usually take it on this chart, so I'll show you what I did here, and then I'll hand it over to Jill. So there's my short entry on the MES contracts, and the stop is right there. The target's there. It's been messing around for a while. I entered over here with the stop above, so it went in, and it's been messing around, and now we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, that's it. Again, this may go right now at the open, or it may take 6 more hours to get there. I have no idea. Let it be. I've been talking with you guys while it's been doing this. So you see, that's the best part. You can just leave it alone. Cool. Hope that helps you guys. Here we go. About to get into the open. Jill, are you there? You ready to take over?
I just got here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Welcome to the party.
Awesome. I just heard what you said, Avi, and the only thing I wanted to say as far as the percentage is that when beginners are starting out, I think 1% is a good goal. When people are learning, that at least that's the way that I teach, is don't aim for the moon when you're starting to learn, because that's where greed comes in. And but once you know what you're doing, you're absolutely right. Futures options, they give incredible opportunities.
Yeah, awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jill. Good stuff. All right, I'll hand it over to you, Jill. Take it away. It's your show. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, just going to share my screen. Thank you, Avi.
Sure.